And now let's see how our application is working, and let's check our database. Select star from products. We don't have products in the database in this moment, and let's go to the raster and let's type API products, all products. And it will be a get method, and of course we will get an empty list because we don't have any products in this moment. And if we type product details 22 for example, we will get the instance is undefined because we don't have this product. Let's try to store the product. Post and in the body let's see the product DTO. We need a product brand, product model. Let's start. Product brand will be Nokia. Product model will be Atom Pro 2023. Another field is description. We need a description and price. It will be the new model from Nokia. Price will be, let's give some price. And we need image URL and category ID. And let's look, we will write some existing categories. Let's see the mobile, it's 1. And let's look at the products again. Let's give it a category ID will be 1, and I think that will be enough. First we will try to create some product, and let's have post request, and the product with ID 1 has been stored in the database. Let's check it. And here is our product. This is create time. And when we are creating the product, we have a creation timestamp. Update timestamp will be the same in the moment of creating, and it will change later when we are updating the product. Description, image URL, price with 2 decimals which is perfect. Now let's try to give it, for example, let's test with empty product model. Now let's try to post again, and we have the data is not validated. Now let's try to give you another Lenovo T440p, the new model from Lenovo, and I will give it some price, and I will type some unexisting category ID, and I will have a problem because this category ID does not exist, which is the problem. Let me check. We need to resolve that. Okay, I understand. And we need to prevent that. Let me check in the temp converter. I think the problem is here. Product DTO to entity, or the method, yes, product DTO to entity. We have this, we have used optional, and we have checked, and if category optional is present, okay, and now otherwise will be still null. Let me check, maybe we can do it. We have two options. We can change it here, or we can change a little in add product. We need to fix this. I will try to in the temp converter first. Let's create error. The category is not found, and let's throw new instance undefined. We will see how it will work. Because we try to add category to add product without category ID, which is not allowed. We have not null. Now let's try. I will try with the same request again. Now it's better. Now this is better, and we could also alternatively do it in the product service implementation, for example, to check category ID of this product, and if it's a null value, we could or to find category, and if category is not found, we could also throw some exception, but here in the temp converter will be better. It's work for now. We will leave it as it is, which is fine. Now let's try to do something else. Let's try to add some more products, and I forgot which ID is laptop. Now let's try. If it will be 10, it will be the same, and I think that the number of this category is 4, it doesn't matter. And the product with ID 3 has been stored in the database. Let me check. That's fine. And now let's try to add one more product. Sony PlayStation 5. I will call it Amazing Game Console. And category ID, it can be 4, why not? We will try to update it later. Now let's try to post. The product with ID 4 has been stored in the database. That's fine. Now what we will gonna try to do, let's try to update product. And this product has ID 4. And I will update the price and also I will update category ID. And instead of post, I will type put, and I will get okay, data integrity violation, some problem with SQL, I suppose, and our application has been crashed. I will see what's the problem. We shouldn't have this kind. Null value. We have tried to add null value in create time. Create time null value. Let me check the entity. Yes, I think that we have in the product nullable. Yes, nullable equals to false. And we have that exception when we tried to update. Let's check product service implementation. Update product. We have product ID and product DTO. We are checking if product optional existing. And if exist, we are converting this product DTO to product entity. We are setting the ID and updating it. Okay, that's the key. The problem is this product DTO, it's a parameter. It doesn't have create time, and it's a creation timestamp. That means it doesn't have create time, and when we are converting it, when we try to update this entity, it doesn't have create time, and this is why we are getting null pointer exception. What we can do here, we are checking if product optional exists in the database. And if this product optional exists, we can use the create time of that product. I think that will be solution. Product entity set create time, and we need to do it before we try to update, and we will get the value of the product optional get, and we will get just create time. And let's try to do it again. Probably application will restart. Okay, our application is restarting. And we will try to send the same request again. And now it's okay. The product with ID 4 has been updated without any issues, which is great. Let's check it in the database. We are interested in number 4. It has 1443 is create time. As you can see, update time is 1448, which is great, and category ID has been changed. This is perfect. Now let's try to display all the products, and let's try to update product with number 20 just to see if exception is working. It's working fine. And if I delete product brand, for example, the data is not validated. I will return product brand, and I will change the category ID. The instance is undefined, and it doesn't, the most important is that it doesn't crashing our application anymore, which is great. Now let's try to delete a product, but first let's try to display all products. Okay, here are the products. We have Nokia, we have, as you can see, create time and update time is the same. And for the Lenovo, and you can see for the Sony, we have create time and the time of update. Of course, when we are creating the product for the first time, create time and update time will be the same. And after that, depending when we are updating the product, update time will change, which is great. And of course, if you want, we are displaying this list like XML. If you want to display it, accept application JSON. Let's try to send the same request again. Of course, if you want to display it as a JSON, but I will just remove this. I will display it here like XML. And the next thing that we want to do, let's try, and also let's try to display all products with category ID 1. Okay, we have Nokia, category ID 2. I think that we don't have that category, empty list. If we use 50, okay, we will just receive an empty list. And of course, it will not crash application. Of course, if we want, we can throw some exception if the instance is undefined. We have defined it. If there is category, it will return only in this method, in the product service implementation, we have defined an empty array list, and we will try to find if there is some product with this category ID, and if there is no product, we will just return empty array list. Of course, if we want, we can throw some exception, but it's not necessary. And this is working fine. And number 3, I think, or number 4, we have Lenovo, and this is working fine. Now what we need to check is to delete products. This Lenovo, let's display them all in the database. This Lenovo has ID 3, and let's try to delete it. Delete product number 3. Let's see how it will react. The product with ID 3 has been permanently deleted. Now let's check in the database. Deleting is working fine. Now let's try. Now we don't have any more product with ID 3. Let's try to delete it again, and we will get exception. The instance is undefined. And let's check application is working fine without any problems. And I think that everything working fine, except we have tested. Let's check the categories again. First, let's check the products. This Sony has category ID number 3. We have tried to delete categories. Let's see categories. I want to see which is category with ID 3. It's game console, which is good. But we have tried to delete categories when we didn't have any products. Now, what will happen if we try to delete category, but as you can see, product, maybe we can have a product which is related to category. You will see we have relation in the product entity. Products are related for a category entity, and let's try to delete category. API categories, delete category with ID 3. And I suppose that it will, as you can see, data integrity violation exception. That means that we have some problem with SQL. We have violated some rules. We will see. Update or delete on table categories violates foreign key. Okay, on table products. That means because of this relation, we cannot remove. What is the solution? In this case, because of this relation, we can throw some kind of exception to avoid crashing, or we can have some query before we delete some category. Before we try to delete it, we can previously delete all the products which are related to this category, and this is exactly what I want to do. Let me close this all. First I want to go to the product repository. And I want to add one query. It will be void function. The name of the function will be remove all by category ID, and it will have parameter category ID, and it will be integer. I think this is the last problem that we need to resolve in this backend, and for that, of course, we need to write a query. We will simply write SQL query delete from products where category ID equals to category ID, and native query equals to true. And because we are deleting something from the table, this will not work if we don't add. We need one for deleting. We need to add one more annotation modifying. When we have a query, when we need to delete something from the database, we need to add modifying annotation, otherwise it will not gonna work. And we have created one more function in the product repository, and the point is we need to call this function before. For example, if we want to delete category with ID 5, before we trying to delete it with repository, we need to, before that, for example, we will type category repository delete by ID. Okay, before that function, we need to call this function. We need to remove all the products related first. And let's go to the category service implementation. And let's look for the function where we need to delete category. Here is delete category. As you can see, category repository delete by ID. Before that, in the line 77, we need to call this function from the product repository, and we don't have product repository here. Let's add private in the category service implementation. Let's add it's a product repository. We will call it product repository. Let's auto-wire annotation. We need auto-wire annotation. And now let's try. We have category ID as a parameter. Let's just call product repository before we try to delete this category from the database. And the function is remove all by category ID. Okay, that's fine. And now we will try to complete the same query again, and we hope all the products related to this category should be removed from the database, including category, and we will see. We have one product related. Let me check. It's category with number 3, and let's check which product is related. I think that Sony is related. Yes, this Sony PlayStation 5 is related with category ID 3, and let's select star from categories. Now when we run this request, this category game console from the categories table and also Sony from products table should be removed. Now we will see, will it gonna happen? The category with ID 3 has been permanently deleted. Let's check in the database. This category has been removed. Now let's check products table and also a product who was related with this category is removed. That means that our back is working fine. Now what can we do? We can simply, we are done with back. Everything is working fine. I will just try to add one more category. Select star from categories. Okay, let's add game console. Store category. And in the body we will have name. Let's add game console again. At least we want to have 3 categories and it will be fine. Okay, we have created category, and now let's add some products. At least we will have 3. We have Nokia. Let's add 2 game consoles. API products, store product, and let's try again. Product brand will be Sony. Product model will be PlayStation 5. Description will be, just a second. Great game console. Price, okay, 1000. And okay, we need image URL, just simple text. And I don't remember what. Okay, category ID. We will type this new category, which is 5. And I think that will be good. And now let's add one more game console, Nintendo. NES. We will call it retro game console. Price will be, let's give it some price. Category ID will be the same. Let's store it and let's check in the database. Select star from products. It's working fine. Let's try to once more to products. Now let's try to check again. Put products, update product 22. Okay, the instance is undefined. Let's just select from products. Okay, this product has ID 6. We will type 6, but we will also type unexisting category ID. Let's see the... Okay, and we have the instance is undefined and the product has not been changed. Okay, 1506. 1506, this is great. And now let's type existing category but without description. We will see what will gonna happen, or bad request, or data is not validated. Okay, the data is not validated, and which is perfect. And to get product details 55, the instance is undefined. Everything is working properly in the back. And I think that we will not fix anything else. Everything is working fine with category controller, and also everything is working fine with product controller. All API calls works perfectly fine. And now the next thing that we want to do, we want to create... We have checked the back is working perfectly fine, and now we want to create front for our application, and we will start doing it in the next tutorial.